every revolution or every political movement or any kind of change, and having someone, okay, CIA, which is fucking for you to call me CIA when you know I'm not.
Everything was politicized. It was, oh, this is when we became the left versus the right. But both sides are trash. In COVID,
his own thing. So it seems to be that money's the issue, that like we're using money and that's how politics is being pushed. Because now we've seen what someone does when they use their own money and it doesn't seem to be a solution. So I feel like we take money out of politics, we'll have a much better political system.
Politician, you think they're gonna come out and tell me the truth? They was lying to my mama. They ain't gonna never tell us.
So everybody, we look at certain things just because, oh, this happens in the hood or we see this every day. All the way up. These people were speaking truth. King, we could talk X, we could talk it all. They were speaking truth.
What's going on in anyone's mind, but let's take it as a given that Gray's argument is true, that the argument to not have ID is that it would be discriminatory versus certain socioeconomic brackets or something. It's like
the world's greatest trial run of what people will do and what people won't do. And we are the only country on the planet that really fought against the government. A lot of it,
because you focus on 80-20 issues. I'm looking at the Epstein issue as we have 80% of the information we need to prosecute these people that actually did anything, but you're focusing on the 20% trying to take down Donald Trump, which you're never going to get. So I'm going to keep sitting here with a smug-ass face on every single day.
I'll explain. Good question. I'll give you the answer. The Republican Party constantly talks about transgenders and transgender surgery to minors.
I'm mostly on the left, ideologically, but I don't associate with the Democrats because they're not ideologically on the left. The Democrats are clowns, and they're also losers.
About to be any engaging conversation. It's not about to be any discourse about different political ideologies, what works and what doesn't. If that is the outcome, right? For example, I'm not gonna go and just put myself in the middle of a KKK rally.
Verify me, I'm not a fucking Fed. They always do this. I'll say this, right? And they did the same thing to Nick. We've seen the video. They'll call people who are genuine and authentic Feds because
the interesting thing to me is that the ones that claim that they believe the Constitution are now trampling the Constitution. The ones that said they believed in the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, right, are now going against the freedom of speech.
Leadership perspective.
They'll have no plan. They'll never talk about nothing positive about the Democrat Party. Everything is just anti-Trump. They're not willing to have a conversation. They call us fascists. We're willing to have a conversation. Charlie Kirk's willing to have a conversation.
To be the president of the United States.
I really don't believe I would run.
I have no intention of running for president. 5% of what they're making, it's a joke.
This sounds like political presidential talk to me, and I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not.
I am officially running for president of the United States.
Donald Trump will not become president.
Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Has called Pennsylvania for Donald Trump. This means that Donald Trump will be the 45th president.
Expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Described him as one of the most dangerous men on the face of the earth.
Welcome to the Man Cave. Welcome to the Man Cave. Happy President's Day. I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Kamal.
I'm Doc.
I'm 85 Slim.
So, yeah, we just talked about Trump. You know, he is the current president. So we're going to talk about another president because he just did an interview. So here's the first clip.
Oh, Donald Trump put a picture of your face on an ape's body. And so again, this is kind of, we've seen the de-evolution of the discourse. How do we come back from a place that we have fallen into?
Well, first of all, I think it's important to recognize that the majority of the American people find this behavior deeply troubling. It is true that it gets attention. It's true that it's a distraction. But as I'm traveling around the country, as you're traveling around the country, you meet people. They still believe in decency, courtesy, kindness, and there's this sort of clown show that's happening in social media and on television. And what is true is that there doesn't seem to be any shame about this among people who used to feel like you had to have some sort of decorum and a sense of propriety and respect for the office, right? So that's been lost. But the reason I point out that I don't think the majority of the American people approve of this is because ultimately the answer is going to come from the American people.
Kamal, does Obama deserve an apology from Trump because of that ape video being shared?
I mean, actually, hell no, he not gonna get one. He using them big ass words though and shit. He trying to talk to the common people using propriety and preposterous and shit. Come on, man. All these big ass words. But my thing is this though, like, was it a little racist? Yeah, it could be perceived that way, but he did have hella other Democrats having monkey faces on him and shit. So at the end of the day, I still think Donald Trump a honky at the end of the day, but he a funny honky. You feel me? And he's sliding us some shit from time to time. So that's how I feel about it. Is he gonna get an apology? Not at all.
So the big thing that came out, Obama said aliens exist.
Real.
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in what is it?
Area 51.
Area 51. There's no underground facility unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
What was the first question you wanted answered when you became president?
Where are the aliens?
Where are the aliens?
Doc, do aliens exist?
I think with how vast the solar system is and so much going on out there, I don't know if like the ideal we have of aliens exists, but I think it would be naive of us to believe that we're the only beings that are in this galaxy. And even if they're microorganisms or anything like that, that would still be considered an alien. So do I think there are other life forms on other planets? Of course, they might not be in the perception we have. Like, we have this idea of these man-made, they all stand up and walk, or they have some sort of limbs or something. So I do believe that there could be some other life form somewhere in the solar system. I just we don't have enough information. They haven't shown us that we have the capability to go to these places and completely like land there and get the full information.
So we talked about Bad Bunny extensively. This is what Obama had to say about him.
Does the mean, angry,
demagoguery,
exclusive, us, them, divisive politics. That's their home court.
Yeah.
Our court is coming together. Our court is, look, a great example. Wasn't political. Bad Bunny's halftime show.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
Well, it resonated. It was smart because it wasn't preaching. It was showing. It was demonstrating and displaying. This is what a community is. And people who did not speak Spanish and have never been to Puerto Rico, they saw that elderly woman serving a drink and the kids dancing with their grandmas, and it was intergenerational, and it was a reminder of what Dr. King called the beloved community can look like, which is not perfect, and it's messy sometimes. And, you know, I guarantee you not all those lyrics were probably politically correct. And if you translated them, and, you know, they're, you know, people are complicated, but there was a sense of, all right, there's room for everybody here.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is where we win.
So, Slim, that was one of the one times that you didn't go with what MAGA said. You said you didn't mind the halftime Super Bowl show. So I know you're not a big Obama fan. So why do you feel like, you know, the halftime Super Bowl show was so divisive? And do you feel like Obama was right with what he said, with the right being like more visceral with hatred? You muted. You muted, Slim.
I was going to say, at the end of the day, that shit is pretty much irrelevant, because what they doing is just keeping the divisive shit going by continuously talking about it. The reality was the game was trash. As a football fan, you probably don't want to see that game again. As a halftime show individual, you probably don't want to see that type of halftime show again. I don't think it was nothing wrong with it. I was more disappointed in the actual game. But that's what the hell I waited 16 weeks to see. I ain't care about Bad Bunny. You know, I ain't care. I didn't really get into it. But to continuously talk about it, it just goes to show where the divisiveness is coming from. That's just what they do. That's how they get down.
I feel you. This is what Obama had to say about ICE.
Behavior of agents of the federal government is deeply concerning and dangerous. But we should take a moment to appreciate the extraordinary outpouring of organizing, community building, decency, citizens saying, this is not the America we believe in, and we're going to fight back, and we're going to push back with the truth, and with cameras, and with peaceful protests, and shining a light on the sort of behavior that you know, in the past we've seen in authoritarian countries, and we've seen in dictatorships, but we have not seen in America. And that kind of heroic, sustained behavior in sub-zero weather by ordinary people is what should give us hope. And it should remind us that at the end of the day, the way we get a democracy that's working, the way we get policies that actually are helping working families you know, get ahead, the way that we restore norms, rule of law, decency, it's going to be because we citizens are activated and paying attention.
How the fuck did he deport 3 million people? Like, that's what he should be saying. Like, how the fuck did you do it? We're listening, but he won't say that.
He did it a lot smoother though, Slim, because you don't know how he did it, but you know it got done, huh? You ain't see it on the news. You ain't see people putting the videos up, but it happened.
That's so what I'm saying. So that's the whole difference, yo. That's the whole difference.
That's the biggest difference. Smooth
right.
operator.
That's the only difference.
That's a smooth operator.
The reality is he already stood for what's going on today. I got videos. He should have been like, yo, man, you know, when I did it like this. That's what he should have did.
He didn't say he stood against what was going on
no, but my point is, Doc, my point is he is the biggest deportation dude in America. He's the man, right? All
He
that
never
shit
saw
he's
it.
talking about right now is irrelevant. What he should be saying is how the fuck he did it. That's what we want to know. If it's all like this, how the fuck you did it?
This is what it is, Slim, and I don't think this a left or a right, a Democrat, Republican thing. Why these dudes who lead in the country? No, I'm saying why these dudes who lead in the country, if you know someone did something well, why they can't? They supposed to be for America. Why these dudes can't sit down, have a conversation, and say, bro, how did you get that done? And they have they sat down at I forgot which president, H.W. Bush's funeral. They sat side by side. They could have shared game right then. Why these dudes who are in charge of this country that should be working for us, and that ain't Trump, Obama, or that's all of them who are in some sort of office, Congress, Senate, everyone. Why these people not working together to figure out a good system that works for us? If they got some sort of insight.
And the reason being, the way he was able to do it, more people loved him at the time. Everybody hates Trump today.
Well, and it's in the news because Dot literally just talked about an ICE agent deleting the teacher right before we got on here. So it's kind of wild. But this is what Obama had to say about Trump.
President of the United States, I suppose I could have simply unilaterally ordered the military to, go into some red state and harass and intimidate a governor there, or cut off funding for states that didn't vote for me. I could have exercised that prerogative, but that is contrary to how I think our democracy is supposed to work. And I think we shouldn't get discouraged by the fact that we have a tougher job. What we should do is expect that our side is smart enough to figure it out.
So, Kamal, what y'all gonna do when Gavin Newsom do what Trump did to y'all?
We gonna fuck with his hair products, make that nigga go bald. But anyway, hey, I gotta agree with you, Doc, bro. Like, they could come together and spit game. They be right there. They all in the same inner circles and shit. You feel me? And Slim, you correct, bro. Like Obama, like the fucking Michael Jordan and deport niggas. What y'all forgetting though to see is that this nigga smooth as hell. I see why he got voted as president. Obama was making that bullshit speech sound beautiful. I almost had to vote for this nigga again. I'm like, God damn. Bro out here shit spit. He makes shit that usually is just boring, weak as hell. He make it sound hella beautiful. See, Trump, though, he come with the funny, though. He come with the entertainment aspect. So that's how I see how he got voted for president at this point. Let's be real, man. Politics is just entertainment at this point. You feel me? So I don't know. Gavin Newsom, try to do some bullshit, bro. We gonna fuck with your skincare, nigga.
Well, Slim brought up a good point. He said that the guy gave no pushback on Obama, so he was interviewed about that.
This first point of where he just casually reveals, yeah, there are aliens. You've been criticized for not then saying, what? Doing an Oprah in the Harry and Meghan interview. What? Why didn't you do a follow-up to the aliens confession of the former president of the United States?
It seemed clear to me when he said, yes, but I haven't seen them, there's no Area 51, that he was saying, that he was expressing his belief in the concept of aliens, but that he made it clear enough, at least to me, that he doesn't believe in that there wasn't any evidence of some government facility that was housing aliens. Obviously, if there were aliens and he was interested in seeing them, which he clearly was, and if the government had them, then he wouldn't have said that he hadn't seen them or that the U.S. government doesn't know about them, or that, if they were there, it would be evidence of some grand conspiracy where even the president of the United States wasn't aware of them. And so that was clear to me in the moment. It was clarified and proven in his clarification that that you put on the screen right here. So I just, it just made enough sense to me that in the moment, okay, I get what he's saying. obviously you don't always know when you do these interviews what's going to pop off and how people are going to perceive stuff, and you do your best in the moment. And look, in retrospect, would I have asked the follow-up? Yes, of course. And frankly, that's something that I'm just going to have to live with. And there is a lot of criticism, and that sucks. But you know, that's how it goes in politics. I'm sure that you've had interview guests and you've, you know, wanted to ask a question that you didn't have the foresight or whatever to ask. And again, that's something that I'm going to have to live with. But I am grateful that he issued the clarification.
Well, for the record, Brian.
Yeah.
For the record, what would the now you've had time to think about it, what would your follow-up have been?
I think the follow-up would have been, when you say yes, what do you mean? And frankly, look, again, I own that. That's something that I'm going to have to live with. I've interviewed over 1,000 people at this point. I've never been accused of not being curious enough or not doing adequate follow-ups. But look, all it takes is one. With that said, I think I've heard from so many people in the alien community, which I didn't understand was this vibrant, thriving community online. And so there are other questions I actually would have asked, which is, you know, does the government have evidence of UFOs or UAPs? You know, there's a whole deep dive I would have done. And frankly, this was during a speed round. I would have nixed the entire speed round and just gone on a deep dive into aliens. But, you know, hindsight is 20/20.
All right, Slim. People mad at him for not even asking a question about aliens. So, do you feel like after hearing him say that, him not asking about the deporter in chief question is legitimate because he didn't even push back on the alien stuff?
It's a moment. I mean, we all go through that. Like, you know, even if you're talking to a girl, it might be something you forget to ask a girl at the moment, you know, and then you can always go back home and reflect on it. Like, I should have said this. That's a human response. Like, we can't fault him for that. I mean, Piers Morgan is Piers Morgan, so everybody can't be Piers. I understand what Piers may have done, but you can't do people like that and hold them accountable on that level. You know what I mean? Let people do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely. So I want to play this clip. This might be a big surprise for all of y'all. This school finally opened.
To all my donors around the world, I know it has been 7 long years. I know it has been 7 long, hard, tough, grueling years, but we are here, baby. The school is absolutely done. The school is fully done. The school is completely done. And on Tuesday, because government is closed on Monday to celebrate white supremacy presidency. The government is closed on Monday to celebrate white supremacy presidency. But on Tuesday, I'll be contacting the city to request an inspection of the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Elementary School and Gym. Brothers and sisters, thank you for those of you who stood with me. Not the fakes and the phonies. Not those who act like you supported me but didn't trust me, didn't believe me. You listened to the struggle streamers and the scammers. You believed them. Okay, I want to thank the real people. I want to thank the real people, brothers and sisters. I want to thank the real people, brothers and sisters. I want to thank the real people for standing with me because our time has come. Happy birthday, Frederick Douglass. Your gift is this school. Frederick Douglass always wanted to open a school, brothers and sisters. My cousin Frederick Douglass always wanted to open a school, brothers and sisters. My cousin Frederick Douglass always wanted to open a school, brothers and sisters, and I'm opening it for him. I am going to open the school for you, cousin. Don't you worry. The blood of Bailey is alive and well. The legacy of Frederick Douglass is alive and it is well.
Do y'all feel like that school gonna stay open?
Damn shame. I ain't think he was still at it. He's still at it, man.
I beg your pardon.
If Frederick Douglass was to come back, he would whip his ass. Frederick Douglass was a Republican, first off. And for what he's done to our people, even if that school open, I want to see who attends. That's where I'm at with it. Who's going to attend?
I beg your pardon.
Look, man, this is how I feel.
Yeah.
First of all, he got to show us a statement that he paid his damn water bill. That's why they closed the school down in the first place. It was because the water bill wasn't paid and it was a vacancy thing. You You can't have a school be vacant. They tax your ass for that. They fine you for that. So that's what happened why he had to close the schools down, because of the water bill he wasn't paying and that shit. Second, I'm with you, Slim. I gotta see who attending, man. I gotta see you in the schools. Little bro writing down some damn math or something. I gotta see some clear evidence, bruh.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Just saying.
I don't know, man. He said Tuesday. He said this Tuesday, right? Or next Tuesday.
Oh man.
Tuesday after today, tomorrow.
I'm gonna be following this dude now.
Man.
So, he did go up President's Day, so here's a Trump and Obama what they said in the past. Oh, I thought that was like actual words. Let me go to the
That was crazy.
So I'm gonna go to the All-Star game. What your boys say?
Like this intensity early. Jokic got the deflection out of bounds.
Look at Barack.
Mr. President Barack Obama.
He's even cool when the ball's coming at him. No problem. I can be cool.
Look at him. Look, just cross the leg. Yeah,
I
got it. I'm about to. No, actually, I think exactly what he said was, "That's what I do."
I got it.
That's what I do.
Would have been better. He would have stood up and went right to the three and drained it.
Just knocked it through.
Or even do a mellow pump fake.
Doc, I know you watching the All-Star game. What you think?
Shit, Trump would have acted like he got shot right there and fell on the ground, and they would have all dove on him. He'd have got up and threw the fist in it. Nah, he always been a big fan of basketball. I think he hung out and talked with the players a lot when they went to the Olympics and stuff. So it's cool to see him to be able to go to an event. I think it would be cool for any leader of this country, for those dudes, Trump, Bush, anybody, Clinton, to be out and be seen in public and be part of the American society still, even after their terms in office, even during their terms in office, because sometimes these guys come off as like these figures we never really see again until like some catastrophic event or some big event. So it's good to see them out. I wish we saw a lot of them out more. I mean, let's get Trump at NASCAR or something. The Daytona 500 just went by. That's his event. We could have had Trump at NASCAR. He could have waved the flag to start the race. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you should see these people. I think that was a big thing back in the day. A lot of the presidents, those dudes were visible, a little more visible than we get now. And I get it's a different day and age, and they make those high-powered rifles a little more high-powered than they used to. So you do have to be careful. But I just will hope, you know, we've seen them a little more out, you know, with the public.
Did y'all watch the All-Star game?
That shit looks staged.
That shit looks staged.
That shit look out of all motherfuckers. We've been watching basketball for years. Jay-Z, Beyonce been sitting there. You mean to tell me you gonna lose handle right in the president's hand? That's too motherfucking convenient. Fuck that shit. I'm a different lens looking nigga, man. I ain't trying to see that shit. Why? Because they think his wife is a dude, so keep him outside. I'm just saying.
Ball don't lie, Slim. You know what I'm saying? You know what they say. Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie now.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I didn't watch that shit, and I'm glad I didn't. When I saw that clip of that nigga miss that 360 dunk on the back of the backboard and fell on his ass, I'm like, all right. I think we done with the All-Star game for a little bit.
Well, Doc brought a Daytona 500 and Michael Jordan team won, but that's not what they're talking about him. This clip is being everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, what y'all think? Was he fixing his shirt or was that some Epstein?
I'm thinking that came out of the files, bro. I don't
know. Is he on the files for real?
I mean, why are we just now getting this video, man? Come on, bro. I mean, that's disgusting, man. Like, I'm hoping that's AI. I'm literally praying that's AI, bro.
Nah, Slim, that ain't AI, bro. That shit, he was grabbing ass, bro.
Like
that shit is crazy.
Every time I see it, I want to throw up.
Oh my god! But hey, we do gotta congratulate his driver. His driver actually won the event and shit. I think it's a black dude. Ain't it a black dude that that's driving Michael Jordan car or whatever?
I don't know if it was a black dude. I know they won though.
Yeah, they won and shit, but damn, that looked bad, bro.
And what was Trump, Slim? That's his base right there. Budweiser American flag wearing outfit, people. That's his base.
Nah,
to the
Trump
core.
go to UFC. Trump go to see niggas get fucked up. That's what he
Not
was.
for real though. Trump better be glad he wasn't there because he would have been right next to Michael Jordan, and then it would have been some other type of implications seeing that shit.
So
Right
that was over the weekend.
Yeah, that NASCAR shit, it was over this weekend.
Oh, man, that's
You think Trump and Mike ain't been hanging out before back in the day? Come on.
Yeah, I think they was hanging out. Shit, they would have been hanging out now. You feel me? Like
Trump hung out with all the kind of the cool big name figures. Trump was around all of them people. So not to say that about nothing to be in no shade, but just Trump was around a lot of them big figures, especially in like sports entertainment like type world.
Oh, they was around Trump.
Well, they say that Trump gets booed everywhere, but where Obama goes, it's always applause.
To Chicago, and you mentioned the 90s, your time there, and that run by Michael Jordan in Chicago. Do you have a favorite moment during that time in Chicago during the 90s? I always enjoyed watching us beat Indiana. Oh my goodness! Although I will do that to me. Although I knew you were going to say that. I will say that nobody terrified me more than Reggie Miller with a possible three-point shot at the end of a game. You did push off Michael on that one play, though. Come on, Mr. President. Everybody knows Did he push off in the Utah series? No, right? They didn't call it, right? No. Well, we gave it to you. You had to come back in Game 7, though. Didn't happen. We didn't happen.
Because one of the reasons Trump didn't go to the Super Bowl is because his age told him he was going to get booed. So, Doc, you feel like he should still go even if he's going to get booed?
Maybe liberals just boo more than conservatives or something. Because I don't think he should get booed. I think he had a 50% margin. He had over 50% of the vote. So I think if 50% of these people resonate with him, I don't think he should get booed. I think people are just it's easier to be outraged at Trump because he takes a strong stance on the things that he says he's going to do or he thinks he believes in. So the people who disagree with him, they boo him because most politicians take a blurry line or where they don't want to speak too damning about any one side or any one viewpoint or something. So I think Trump gets booed because he's kind of upfront about how he feels, what he wants to do, what he believes in, and that causes people to boo him. But I think he still should have won because I think people would cheer for him as well. I think there's certain people who agree with him and that's his base, and I think they'll cheer for him.
I think Obama will get booed at the UFC.
You think he'll get booed at UFC for real?
Hell yeah, or a Turning Point USA event.
Oh,
Maybe
for
a
sure.
Turning Point,
maybe at plenty of places that nigga get booed.
Maybe at Turning Point. I don't see Obama getting booed at any sporting event. He's been to all of them.
Yeah.
He's never been booed at any sporting event. He's been to UFC events. Go look at the videos, Slim. He's never been booed at a sporting event.
He will this time. That probably was a long time ago.
They love him.
It is trash.
So since we on sports, this is what Joe Burrow had to say about racism.
I grew up southeastern Ohio, Appalachia. It's a very underprivileged community. There's not a lot of black folks in that area. And so you see a lot of hate in certain places. That's not easy to see your friend going through something like that. And so that really affected me during that time. And so I've seen it from when I was little. And so when you see it affect somebody like that, I think you kind of have a different perspective on it than the majority of the population, I would say. Because I would say a lot of people haven't seen it and lived it, and that's not an easy thing to go through. And so I always just try to help in any way that I can. And I think with the platform that we have, it's not necessarily a responsibility, but I think you're not doing everything that you can for the world and for the people that you care about if you're not helping in some way.
Joe, it's 2020. You have won the Heisman. You're the first overall pick. And there are a lot of people that feel the way that you feel or may have even experienced it. But it's not a lot of people who would use their platform and risk the backlash that you could have received for that. What made you feel confident enough as a rookie quarterback on a new team to step out and be a voice for other people?
I don't know. I just was talking from the heart.
Kamal, what's your thoughts on that?
I ain't gonna lie, this nigga was looking distracting. And I was like, what's wrong with bro? Like, I know he been losing in Cincy, but bro looking like a splice between Ella DeGeneres and Slim Shady back in the day. The shit was throwing me off, yo. You feel me? But all serious though, you feel me? If Joe Barrow's doing that, shout out to you, bro. If you saw, black folks and stuff, and you saw his underprivileged and shit like that. But at the end of the day, pay with your money, nigga. You feel me? Give it to some organizations and shit, bro. At the end of the day, the words is cool, but at the end of the day, that's how I feel about shit.
Okay. So Valentine's Day just passed. So fellas, is liking a post cheating?
Do you consider cheating?
Liking photos is cheating. Why are you shaking your head?
I don't think that's cheating.
Why?
I don't think liking a photo is cheating. That's
why though?
That's cheating.
Tell me why you don't.
I
don't want to cheers to that. Why?
Because you could be scrolling on your page and accidentally like a picture.
Accidentally double tap, right?
You don't have to double tap. If you go like this and it's the like
okay,
part
so
of the,
so listen.
like,
so this is the
if you go
problem.
like this,
so this is the problem.
look.
Okay, I need you to comprehend what we're talking about.
No, I'm saying, but you could.
If you accidentally like something, what are you saying? Liking photos is cheating.
You have to.
I don't give a if it's on accident.
Look,
cheating.
You can hit the like button by accident.
You can hit the cheating button. Any like that you hit on any bitch page is fucking cheating. The fuck?
Respectfully. Doc, is liking a post cheating?
Hell no, man. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. This bitch delusional, man. You know what it is? Because she got a little bit of online clout and attention, and she made one good song. She get to get on our phones and talk stupid like this, and some goofy is gonna tell her, "No, baby, I won't like any post."
That was
you know
her
what
man.
I mean?
God, that was her man.
Yeah,
that was the man right there.
Yeah.
Look, that brother was screaming for help. That brother was screaming for help. You seen him on there? He's like, no. He probably like 10. He going back through his joint right now. I gotta unlike all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
He tried to change that shit up too real quickly. Like, yeah, right? She was like, nah, nigga.
Like, it could be, what if you like something inspirational that a woman said? Is that cheating still? Like, what are we talking about? Like,
hold on. It could be an inspirational post, but she could be having that certain pose. We know that pose, y'all.
But she didn't go into no context like that. She just said liking a post is like liking a woman's photo is cheating. Like, it's crazy.
And don't you got to be following certain people to see certain stuff?
Nah, they put stuff on your timeline sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, I'd be like, if you worried about that, social media is cheating in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't
just
even
get
have
off.
a media page. Just get off that bit.
I bet you go through her likes. I bet you she liking some niggas' pictures though.
Yeah, man. Quick, too.
No, I make music with him. It's networking.
Mm-hmm.
You a network whore.
Well, is Jay-Z the new Epstein?
People want to know why Jay-Z was in the Epstein files. Well, it was said that he was present with Harvey Weinstein, who was a good friend of his, by the way, and Jeffrey Epstein when a victim was abducted. Now, many people were like, Jay-Z's not friends with Harvey Weinstein, wasn't friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Just because he's in a couple pictures, that doesn't mean anything. Well, let's hear what Harvey Weinstein said himself.
In your thoughts on Donald Trump and what it means for what it means for mass incarceration.
You know what? This is a labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that and nothing else.
Then can I ask you about mass incarceration? And do you think the movement?
However, it's not just Jay-Z though. A lot of people was Harvey Weinstein's friend and said he was a good guy.
Start by thanking Harvey Weinstein for organizing this amazing day. Harvey. This is possible because of Harvey. He is a wonderful human being, a good friend, and just a powerhouse. And the fact that he and his team took the time to make this happen for all of you should say something not about me or about this place, but about you.
So Michelle Obama said that Harvey Weinstein was an amazing human being. Now this man's in jail for abusing his power when it came to women, sleeping with women for different roles. Now I'm not saying Michelle knew anything about anything. We don't really know that to be true or false. But I do want you to see the bias in this. If that was Trump saying that Harvey Weinstein was an amazing human being, you guys would go ham on him.
Facts.
However, Jay-Z is definitely in some secretive nonsense, some satanic occult nonsense. And we can go down the line from what he puts in his verses to what he wears to see that. However, it's all coming out. These people think that they're God, but God is going to show them who's God.
Hey.
Just watch.
Slim, I know you love that clip.
I love that, man. That was powerful, bro. Yeah, but see, it goes back to what Mia was saying, man. These are the things that we knew, things I've been called conspiracy theorists for, things I did my research on, you know what I mean? Lost a lot of love and respect for a lot of dudes in the industry. Your girl, Jaguar Wright, the other chick that was abducted, she was on TikTok spitting out a lot of crazy stuff. I forgot her name, man, but this girl was following her, but she brought all this shit out. Gene Dill. I mean, we go down the line, but now that the news is coming out with it, now it's true. And this is what we knew all the time. Like, we knew that in order for people to actually understand and believe it, had to be on the news. It's just what it
Slim,
is.
You think Michelle Obama knew Harvey Weinstein was a creep?
Absolutely.
So then that means you believe that Trump knew that Epstein was a creep.
Of course, that's why he parted ways with him. See, people keep keep not putting that story in there because this is all before the island. Like, Trump got rid of this nigga before all of that shit. So after that, Trump had no dealings with him, even after the conviction. It was the Democrats who had all the dealings with him after Trump let him go. He said, I ain't fucking with him. But people,
so it's only Democrats in the paperwork, Slim?
No, it's not them. See, what it is Trump name is in there, but there's no incrimination.
I ain't saying it's incrimination. I'm saying you're saying the mere notice. You saying she know he's a creep. Well, if Trump knew Epstein was a creep, why didn't he blow the whistle? You just say he knew. Why he ain't blow the whistle?
Trump is the reason. Trump is the one. If anything, he is a snitch. He's the one that gave the information to the fucking prosecution. You can look this up as well. But people don't talk about these things.
Well, this is what Vlad said.
You guys will not believe what DJ Vlad is over there tweeting on X right now. He's confessing everything about Jay-Z. We see why he was always on Nicki Minaj's neck, because he knew the truth. Listen to this confession. I have a confession. Rock Nation has been paying me to support Megan. They also paid off all of the jury members to convict Tory. And they bribed the judge too. Jay-Z did a verse for his grandson's new album. They paid off Megan's doctor to lie about the bullet fragments. She was never shot. The LA police are all on Jay's payroll, and it doesn't stop with LA. But you're not ready to hear that part. The Mexican guy who stabbed Tory, who do you think paid him to do that? You already know the answer to that. The 3 Supreme Court judges who denied Tory's appeal, all paid off by the Rock Mafia. He also says every blogger is on Jay-Z's payroll. We all got paid with Bitcoin. Now that the price dropped, you'll see a lot of us turning on him. He said it's deeper than that. Jay-Z is Epstein. He said the money stopped coming and I never signed an NDA. He said it started with $10K a month. During the trial, it went up to $50K a month. All the payments were in Bitcoin, so they couldn't be traced. He said Jay also paid Trump not to pardon Tory, even though it's a state case. Trump can only pardon federal cases. But knowing Trump likes to bend the rules, Jay wasn't taking any chances. I can't keep these lies secret anymore. If this is my last tweet, you know who silenced me. Now, users are on X right now are confused. They don't know if he's trolling, but this doesn't seem like a troll because a lot of stuff is hitting the fan since these files have been released even more today. And people are going to have to start talking. Whew. As much as I don't like DJ Vlad, he has just unleashed so much information. Jay-Z was so desperate to be trying to pay Trump, knowing that Trump can't pardon him. So that was just idiotic of him. It was all a plan because these people already been warned about Jay. They probably already knew some things allegedly about him and just let him sink his own hole. Let's see what happens, guys. This is crazy.
Kamal, is this true?
Man, I don't know if that shit true or not. You feel me? I have no fucking idea. But I will say DJ Vlad, he kind of raised a red flag when he said, yeah, they paid us in Bitcoin and then that shit went down. Now I'm telling. Nigga, Bitcoin an investment. Nigga, don't you know that shit could go to zero? That shit confused me when he said that. I'm like, but to be honest, let's be real. Like, they all hung with each other. You feel me? They all was homies and shit, all partying with each other and stuff like that. Now, I did have a question actually for the whole panel. Cause I was actually talking to my lady about this shit. And we talked about the Epstein files and we was doing our research. Are there 2 files or is it one? Is it just 2 files or one of like the flight logs of people going straight to the island? And is there a separate file of people that just knew Epstein and kind of partied with him? Or is it all one file? It was kind of confusing when we was doing this research. I don't know if y'all know, but
I think it's all one file, but they haven't released all of the evidence or everything they gather. I think that's what they said. Like even after they released the last files, they said they had another 200,000 documents still yet to be released that they hadn't put out. So it's all one case, and they have all files from one case. They're just releasing it in pieces or however they see fit, the parts they see fit, however they want to go about it. That's that Epstein pie. Whenever they want to trick you and distract you, they cut you a slice of that Epstein pie to get you, distracted.
Epstein pie, bro. Yeah,
but on another note, Jay-Z a billionaire, bro. For us to think, like, I know Jay-Z cool and he made great raps back in the day, bro. To get to $1 billion in this country, you are conscious of some sort of foul play going on, some sort of bullshit, some sort of dark cult like society. You have some knowledge and some awareness of this, and you probably play some part in it. That's for all of those dudes who are billionaires. They ain't letting you in the club, in my mind, unless you take some part in it. You know what I'm saying? Remember when they told you want to join the gang, you got to shoot them too. You know what I'm saying? So Jay-Z went ahead and, you know what I'm saying, grabbed the gun and let one off too. So he in there somehow. I don't know what he did. I don't believe Vlad, like, why would he pay Trump to do something that he can't do anyway? Like, that makes no sense. But people say stuff like that all the time.
And Bitcoin is untraceable, Kamal. That's why they got paid in Bitcoin. It's hard to track it.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I get that. I was just saying more of like, this nigga was like, yeah, we got paid in Bitcoin, and now that shit falling, in the beginning it was hitting, now it's falling, now we gonna start snitching. It's like, bro,
crazy though, the culture itself already called Vlad out as being fed. So we can't be surprised where he is now, because that nigga ain't take none of that shit down. If you go to his page right now, that shit is still up, getting views and likes and shares.
But Vlad will shake that ass for views and likes though, Slim. So that's why I take it with a grain of salt. Nigga like him, he see that wave going down, he'll shake that ass for some views and likes, whatever he got to do. He bad as Adam 22. We're gonna let his wife get knocked off by all type of shit. You feel me? Like, they'll shake that ass for the views and likes, bro. So I can't. You gotta take some of it with a grain of salt. Some of it probably has some truth to it though, because Jay-Z a billionaire, like I said. But man, they'll show out for the views and likes, boy. Shit like cocaine.
I just remember this time before the Cat Williams interview. This is where we was with Puffy.
True.
That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, we could go back to the episode. You'll see what we talking about. Oh man.
Well, Vlad seems to be backtracking. This is what he had to say.
A message from one of the nurses that was there when Megan went to the hospital. And she said, I was a travel nurse in LA. Megan had bullet fragments removed from her heels. I seen this with my own eyes. I pulled out meds for the doctor for pain and to numb the area so she could tolerate the removal. Well, I think she had bullet fragments, man. I don't think Jay-Z bribed the doctor and threw some bullet fragments at him and said, hey, put these on the scene.
Well, tell that travel nurse congratulations on violating the HIPAA laws. And, you know, if they ever...
So, Kamal, did Megan set Tory Lanez up?
Look, you trying to get me canceled, bro. I'm gonna have to plead the fifth. Now, did Megan set up Tory Lanez? I would say shit looks suspicious. I will say that shit. You feel me? But it do seem kind of funny that, you know, Meg was she under Rock Nation and all that shit, right? She under that, right? And it's like it was a lot of shit looking like Meg was lying, and then some shit got cleaned up, and now Tory seemed like he taking a fall for shit, to be honest. That's how I'm seeing it. So,
and I think he crazy. He think like the HIPAA laws keep somebody from spreading somebody's information. It should, but true story. My pops went to years ago. My pops went to the hospital. He was getting a heart transplant. The nurse was messing with the kid. She went through my pop's file, found my phone number, and texted me.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I be that guy in real life, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they don't care about the rules and the HIPAA laws. You feel me? Like, if they gonna do it, they gonna do it. You feel me? Them people, they people still.
Well, Vlad is now trying to say everything he said was sarcasm.
Talk to these pimps getting guys to jerk off. Stay on that side. Vlad's calling me. Hey, Vlad, what's going on?
Yeah, what's good?
How you doing, man? I'm on stream right now. Is it okay?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so I saw your tweets about Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Is everything okay? Are you in a safe spot?
Man, people just do not know sarcasm, do they? It's just, sarcasm really just goes over people's heads. It really surprises me.
Okay, so you're trolling.
Of course I'm trolling.
Okay, so what's the purpose of this? Is it
Jay did a verse on the Judge's Grandson's album? Like,
okay.
How is this not obvious?
Yeah, the timing is strange because now he's getting revealed in the Epstein files. So I'm sure especially a lot of people do see how Tory Lanez is innocent.
I guess, man. Do they really? I mean, he was convicted by 12 jurors. His appeal has been denied. Like,
Slim, so was it sarcasm? Is he backtracking? What's going on?
Hey, man, this shit sound crazy, man. I mean, you don't play with shit like that, though. That's the type of shit that gets you murked off, man. You know what I mean? Like, listen to what he doing, bro. Like, you can't laugh at no shit like that and know who you are and think that that's okay for who you talking about. Like, bro, really? Really, bro? And then if you get off next week, we going to be, oh, my God, why did this happen? No, look. That's crazy right there.
Isn't Vlad known for doing shit like this, though? He always backtracks on shit.
Yeah, I tell you, bounce that ass, come on.
He backtracked y'all remember the Farrakhan shit? Y'all remember when Vlad was going in on Farrakhan and then he backtracked that shit and he tried to make like, oh, I'm just kind of playing and da. He's known for doing this shit. He'll say something, stir up the pot, and then he'll be like, oh, I'm just playing. I'm not even like really being that serious and blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
I remember that Farrakhan shit. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah. He's done that. Somebody else he did a couple years ago too, where he kind of said something, threw it out there and backtracked or whatever. I think it was during the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, but I can't pinpoint exactly like what he said. But yeah, he's been known to do this shit, y'all.
But he done got high off of the fact that these guys from this community that he not from this industry that he kind of not a part of, but he is a part of, but will just come out here and get on here for clicks and views. They'll get a game away. They'll incriminate themselves. They'll ruin their reputation. They'll throw away their endorsements, all for entertainment purposes. And he's the person who's finding these dudes when they're young and they're vulnerable, or they're old and they miss their time, and he's giving them a little bit of money. And now he's gotten so high off of that drug that how much further can you go besides trying to scratch and fabricate the truth now? So I remember he had a rapper on that one time, and he just wouldn't get a game away, and Vlad just kept trying to press him a Pee-wee Longway, you know what I mean? And he kind of gave a book on how you should handle certain questions in interviews, and that couldn't have been Vlad's favorite interview. He was like, well, that's all you got to do, guys, just say no comment.
That way he kept trying to get him to say that he was a Crip. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So since we're talking about rappers, my favorite rapper got this, Lil Wayne. This is what L.A. Russell had to say about him.
He had a conviction.
I had a moment in my journey where I had grew a disdain for Wayne just because I started listening to everything. Like I started maturing as a human, and I'm like, damn. This nigga wasn't talking about nothing for a long time. And
I think that's what his argument was.
As someone who like grew up in these communities,
right,
and grew up with homies who I seen want to be bloods because they following Wayne and want to be gangster and want to shoot all the gun bar and shit.
Right.
Like I've seen the negative that he contributed to the community, and I had to look like, man, what are the songs where he really talked about something and gave? And out of 1,000-song catalog, it's minute on this end.
It's like Georgia Bush.
And that do bother me. Tie My Hands.
That's what I was going to say. Tie My Hands is the only one I can think of.
And that's the thing. It's like if I hug you once, but I slap the shit out you 1,000 times, your affinity for me is going. You're probably going to remember me for this. And a lot of people don't. As I mature, a lot of my old favorite artists, I'm now like, damn. Yeah. Like, I love you because I learned how to rap to you, but when you look at the contribution, it's like, man.
L.A. Russell is Cash Money for life. So I want to know y'all thoughts. I see Slim got J. Cole in the background. Kamal, you like music. Is that correct what he said about Weezy?
Nah, first of all, Doc, you ain't feeling the jacket, bruh.
This nigga inside with the Eskimo jacket on, like, giving an opinion on Wayne. This nigga don't get the fuck out of here.
And that's Lil Russell, bro. You feel me, from Vallejo. You feel me? But I'm gonna be honest though. I agree with Lil Russell though. Be 1,000 with y'all because that's my thing. Lil Wayne has showed us he can provide a record that is like conscious and talking about what's going on with like us in society. He done did like 2 records like that. But other than that. It's like phenomenal rapper, but he ain't really saying shit. He talk about drinking lean and riding on unicorns and shit and slapping the fattest ass he could see most of the time. So it's great rapping, great bars. But at the end of the day, yeah, out of 1,000 songs, 998, he wasn't talking about shit. Let's be honest.
So why I can't agree with Lil Russell is because Lil Wayne capitalized on a commercial sound and bars and made a lot of money and a lot of music, very popular. Lil Russell has dropped 40 independent albums, and he wants that same success because he went from having this independent ideal to just signing a deal that he sold to kids. So he wants the same success Lil Wayne has. And for Lil Wayne to have that success, he had to contribute to music in this manner because that's what sold. So if you want that success, that's what sold. So now that Lil Russell has decided he's not going to play the independent role no more, we'll see how he compromises his musical choices in order to get that success. Like a lot of dudes make music a certain way And very few of them stuck to that to keep the success going. It's few like Cole. Cole makes the same music that he made before he got. If you go listen to the Come Up and some of his songs that he just dropped, they have the same, ideals in them. But a lot of dudes aren't like that because it's hard to capitalize on that success.
Slim, you got J. Cole in the background. Was L.A. Russell right about Lil Weezy?
I'm gonna say yeah, man, because all it is getting older, especially as a man, and Cole got a song on there called I Love Her Again, or I Still Love Her. It's about hip-hop. But the way that song is broken down is like, yo, you don't even listen to me no more type shit. And he like, yo, how the hell I could listen to you? I got kids now, you know what I'm saying? So I understand where Brody is at when you reflect on what you was listening to and the substance of what it was delivering. What was it really talking about? As opposed to a J. Cole, you have better cadence, you have substance. So I've been following Cole for years because of that reason. I'm a hip hop lover, but I always said when I first heard this young man, he was gonna be the best. And I saw it back then because of his cadence. You look at him, he didn't follow the wave, no tattoos, no twerking in no videos. He got the same wife, same kids. It's a reason for that. At the end of the day, the lyrics is what designed the culture. And as you get older, your fans don't want to fuck with that shit no more because they grown out of it. So I understand that shit 100%.
So L.A. Russell didn't respond to people saying that he was talking about Weezy. This is what he had to say.
The words of the great Dwayne Carter, real niggas fuck with me and I don't give a fuck who don't. And niggas could spin it however, but my message wasn't even out of malice. I love Wayne. I wouldn't be the rapper I am today without. He inspired me to do so much. He inspired me to have bars. But he also inspired me to smoke weed, sip lean, fuck bitches, shoot guns, all those things. And I turned out great. But that's the power of being influential, nigga. I love Wayne, nigga. Fuck y'all. I'm finna blow the whistle on the industry real quick. In the industry, is two forms of marketing that's used heavily. It's seeding and it's clipping. Whenever you see academics, say cheese, rap, bars, etc., all posting the same thing around the same time with the same narrative, that's a seeding campaign. It means someone gave them a budget and some content and a narrative to spread to the world. These two things have been monumental and beneficial to artists like myself as well, because whenever I have a viral moment, I'm able to mass distribute the moment to the world. On the flip side of that, most of these places don't have no integrity. So as long as you got the budget, you could get them to post anything and use their platform. Yesterday, probably like 20, 30 platforms across Instagram and Twitter all posted the same clip of me at the same time with the same narrative. 30 niggas thinking the same thing, watching the same interview at the same time. None of them have ever posted anything from me. They ain't post when I paid rent in my hood. They ain't post when I bought out restaurants. They ain't post when I helped these kids. They ain't post nothing I've ever done. But randomly, they all watching this interview and decided we should post this. And the title says, Lil Russell says this about Lil Wayne after signing to Jay-Z. What the fuck that got to do with anything? That's somebody with a budget and content and a narrative saying, hey, go run this. Niggas want to try to tarnish what a nigga built, but you can't. The problem is God chose me, nigga. Man can't stop what God put in motion. They doing everything they can because I did everything they can't, nigga. I broke the system. I made it from my fucking backyard. It ain't ironic that all of a sudden niggas talking about Lil Russell everywhere at the same time with the same narrative. It'll never work, nigga. I'm from the fucking Bay. Nigga, I break the internet. The internet don't break me.
Hey, hold on. Can I say something? Hey,
Yeah.
Doc, I get what you're saying, because when he said that line, I broke the system, to seeing from looking outside in, it's like, but you signed to a label. We don't know what type of deal he got,
right?
But it's just the fact that he signed to a label. It's like you can't break something that you entering into something. I don't know. Shit kind of confused.
And he was like, all these people is talking about him. They talking about you because Wayne's name is monumental, not because La Russell's name is monumental. La Russell got some good music, but I'd be lying. I ain't got a single La Russell song downloaded on my phone.
I'm about to look him up. I never even heard of the nigga.
He got some good music now. I ain't gonna front. He got bars, but nobody is talking about La Russell because La Russell went out and became and made it from the Bay. Like, we talk about La Russell because he made a what most people are considering a goofy comment about Lil Wayne. And for whatever Lil Russell thinks about Lil Wayne's music, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Lil Wayne sold a lot of music. So you can't argue. He took over a wave. So even when he thinks about that, you got to think about a dude who's rapping at 14, a dude who's coming from the trenches and growing up rapping, you know what I'm saying, and is living poor. And some of this music is made at 16, 18, 19, 20. Most of Wayne's best music is made in his early 20s. You know what I mean? What type of mindset do you Of course, we talking about sipping lean, getting high, and slapping the biggest booty bitch we can find on the ass. That's what most motherfuckers in their early 20s is rapping about. He in his teens in the early 20s. Like,
I think, Doc, I think what the problem is, and I heard this, you know what I mean? Shout out to Dewan B, one of the greatest music historians out there. You feel me? He actually mentioned it too, where it's like Wayne has been famous since he was a fucking teenager. Why are you talking about blood shit? Why are you talking about being a blood and being in this gang and da-da-da shit? Most of us is looking at you like, wait a minute, you've been fucking famous since 14. You ain't been in that gang type of shit until he got older. And it's like, it looked weird. It looked like, you know what I mean? So sometimes it might not be the lean and the big, I mean, it's overused, but I think it's more that the gang and the shooting and all that shit. And it's like, he said he got shot, but he shot himself.
I think that came out as part of commercial culture though, Kamal, because then I think like he ushered in that wave of that, because then you got like Soulja Boy and Chris Brown calling themselves gang members. You see what I'm saying? You had every person in the interview. You had R&B singers talking about their gang affiliations, and he was just on the forefront of that, and he realized he could sell that. So I think part of this is them really, they sell an image. They sell. It wasn't as much internet back there. He's selling Vibe magazine covers and these type of things. You know what I mean? So the game was different, and they came from Louisiana, and they kind of like brought their self in with the bling bling and the hood rat type vibe. You know what I mean? So they kind of had to. You got to lean into that for success. La Russell wants the same success.
But the Hot Boys are based on a real gang crew. It's Gangsta, Sterling, Dooney, and Mosquito, from people that really will affiliate with Cash Money. That's who the Hot Boys are actually based on. And Gangsta is actually Birdman and
Birdman, little brother, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to play this clip of the Hot Boys.
It's the end of the show, so we're going to do our little shout-out. Light it up. I want to shout out the host, Mario, Sammy, Jay, Fifi, T-Red, Lil Maul, my mama, everybody else, you heard me, rest in peace, Rabbit. Do your thing. What's happening, Pam? Miss Pamela. What's shiggity, man? What's up? Look, I want to holler at my little shorty, baby, B. Jeezy, you heard me? Little Christian, you heard? What's up, Miss Sim, Miss Carol, you understand? And my whole Cash Money family, you dig?
I gotta send a shout out to my family, my brother, my people locked up in prison, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
On in a minute, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. Hold it, keep your head up, player. Who gave it? My turn? But she's, you understand, off the top, I gotta give it up to the Sugar Don, the granddad of it all. My mom and my dad, and rest in peace. My brother and my sister, rest in peace. And all my homies on the block who hustling hard for the cheddar. And my homeboy Bryce, I ain't forget you. And my homeboy Giggity, I ain't forget you, you understand? Uptown for life, Cash Money Millionaires Project. What's up, Fred? My turn? I gotta give a shout out to Jesus, you know what I'm saying? And give a shout out to Jesus. Miss Jackson. I'm out, yo.
Last song, number one, Miss Jackson, Outkast.
Sorry,
thank y'all, lad.
But yeah, Giggity, that's who he was talking about. Gangsta is one of the people affiliated with the Hot Boy crew. So Wayne was around some stuff. He was around some gangsters.
No, but I think it's more of like it's not the whole gangster aspect. It's him becoming a blood though. It's like at some point, it's like when do you kind of either grow with your audience or have your audience grow with you? You feel what I'm saying? It's like at some point you feel. Just think. If Wayne didn't do the whole blood shit, join the Bloods and all that shit, who would have said Chris Brown would have done that shit? Or Soulja Boy would have done that shit? They'd have been like, okay.
Chris Brown does say the blood stuff, though. Chris Brown does, though.
No, what I'm saying is if Lil Wayne was like not on the blood shit, you feel what I'm saying? He might have changed the trajectory of other artists trying to be on that blood shit from R&B singers to other hip-hop artists. You know what I mean? And it's like, you got to think to yourself, at what point does an artist sit with himself and be like, wait a minute, a lot of this shit I'm rapping, I'm personally not really even doing like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, do I want my audience to grow with me and help them out, or I'm going to keep just pushing the same shit?
But I think that's easier. We all in our 30s or 40s right now at this age. He 21, Kamal.
Who?
Wayne. He 21, 22 when he got on the blood stuff. He wasn't that old. Go look it up. He wasn't that old. He's young. He younger than 25. So if somebody come to you at 25 and say, yo, I got a bag for you, but we going to go this direction, most young dudes are going to accept it. You know what I mean? So do I think it's a misstep? I think it was a misstep because I do think he ushered in that era of everybody being from a gang. Like before it was kind of like a West Coast thing and everybody understood it. You know what I mean? That's what they did out there. And maybe in Chicago, they had different gangs, like places like that. But he brought it for where it was like dudes from the middle of nowhere, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, we got Crips and Bloods out here as well. You know what I mean? So I think he changed it in that manner. And I think, but he was a young dude at the time. Like he was super young.
Okay. But okay, let me ask you this then. Like, when did he stop doing the whole affiliation thing, or he just kept it going?
I think he transitioned from that to kind of becoming like a skateboarder, rock star type dude later on. When he got in his 30s and stuff, he became like skateboard and rock star. You know what I mean? Like, and that's when that changed. So he went through a lot of different. When he got to this older age, he went to kind of like being probably more what was organically him when he could be himself.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
So let's play an unseen Lil Wayne clip and then we do the final thoughts.
Dude, come out here and say your room is clean. Everything. Stop smiling at me. Ain't nothing funny, man.
I'm not smiling because it's funny. I'm just smiling because that's the kind of personality I am. Okay. And first of all, the room, which is a presidential suite, there's 2 rooms to it.
I know, man.
Okay, are you gonna let me tell you what I'm trying to tell you? 746 is the room that's ready for you. 744 is not ready yet. It's gonna be 10 minutes before it's ready. There's a door in between. I'm gonna keep the door closed. Okay? You can go in 746.
I'm not going in 746 because I'm fine, sweetheart. Thank you. I'm not going. We paying for that whole room. I want my whole room when I go up there.
Very good. Then it will be about 10 minutes before it hits.
Nah, we gonna take everybody out here. We ain't staying here. Okay. We ain't staying here because I'm the boss and the boss room ain't ready. So all of us gotta get the fuck.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
I got it. Fuck that, man.
So you don't want to wait another 10 minutes?
I've been waiting an hour, homie.
Well, I do apologize about that. I didn't have any control of that until now. So I'm trying to help you out as best as I can. So if you give me another 10 minutes, well, I have 2 people actually working on it.
If it was 10 minutes, dog, they should be calling down right now saying the room clean. That lady, I just went in the room that you trying to tell me about. She ain't even worrying about cleaning the room. She talking about she can't find shit in there. She looking at us like we done took the shit. We just walked in here, bitch. She talking about certain things are missing. She not even worrying about cleaning the room. She trying to find things that's missing.
There's 2 people up there right now.
How you gonna tell me I just come out the motherfucker, homie?
I just spoke to them. And if you don't mind, I would appreciate if you turn that off.
Nah, don't turn it off. We gotta turn it off, we leave. That's for me, man. must be paying for this fucking night, isn't it? I bet you they ain't doing that. I bet you they can't get no complimentary nothing. Nothing. Let me have been a lighter shade. I'd have been all good. I'd have been in somebody. They'd have moved the nigga out their room for me to get in that motherfucker if I'd have been lighter.
Well, and the problem is, Christopher shouldn't have led me to bring him off the book. I would never took him off where I had him.
I totally understand. I apologize. There was a misunderstanding between the time you got up there in the room.
If you're watching right now, hit that subscribe button and press that notification bell. Know when we go live. Slim, what's your final thoughts?
Oh man, another good show. Man Cave in the building. The hell with Barack Obama. Trump is still my president. And we'll see you on Wednesday night.
For sure. Kamal, what's your final thoughts?
I appreciate y'all having me on the Man Cave. You feel me? Shout out to Slim. Shout out to Doc. Great. Shout out to you, brother. I saw what you was doing today with the clips. You was bigging up Obama like a mug. I feel you, bro. But yeah, y'all go hit that notification bell, the new party, so you know when we go live. You know, also hit it with a like, a share. If you want to come over on my network, Kamal Johnson Network, y'all go over there. I go live over there at times too. You feel me? Shout out to the chat. Y'all's kind of tame today, except for one nigga. You lucky I didn't get on your neck with your stank ass. But I'm gonna let you live though, bruh. You know who I'm talking about in the chat. But anyway, it was a good show. Obama, real talk, hearing him talk, I'm like, damn, I see how he got us out there to vote and shit. God damn, y'all saw he slipped in some hope in there too. Like, we got a hope. And I'm like, there go the hope word, you feel me? But we kind of onto bro game at this point. It's like, bro, you speak beautifully about nothing, bro. You don't bring nothing to the goddamn table, but you speak so beautifully, bro. God damn. All-Star Week, I didn't watch none of that shit, and I'm glad. I don't want to see a nigga jump over E40 and do a bunch of weak ass dancing. That's not exciting, bro. You like 6'10", bro. You need to do something better. You feel me? And then seeing a nigga fall on his ass from a dunk, that's pathetic, man. But shout out to the NBA. Keep doing your thing. Also, with Trump, you feel me? Trump is hilarious, but sometimes he be speaking at cracker knees. But hey, man, you know, the stock market booming, y'all. Also, with LaRussell saying the thing about Lil Wayne, I feel what LaRussell is saying, but I'm glad I talked on this panel because I didn't know Wayne was that young when he was doing the blood shit. So shout out to Doc for telling me that. And this is the reason why we have the new party, because, you know, we had different opinions and stuff, but once you sit and listen to somebody, you'll be like, you get a better understanding of stuff. But the thing I don't understand the most is like, you played that clip of Lil Wayne talk about if he was a shade lighter, but I do remember that nigga say, I don't see races. So I was kind of confused, but hey, at the end of the day, you know, certain people just have certain things and certain outlooks, and when they get hit with certain situations, you know, they opinion might change. But appreciate it for being on here and stuff like that, and everybody have a great ass night.
Doc, what's your final thoughts?
Shout out to all these gentlemen on the panel, man. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Kamal. Tap in tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Nora will be on here. Great show will be coming up. I think what I took away the most from that Obama interview is me and Slim's exchange that, yo, if you know how to do something, these people in the government, if they know how to do something and they've done it well at a high level, these people need to be working together. And that's not just Trump and Obama. That's the people in the Senate, the people in the House. All of these people work for the American people, and they need to be coming together, using their pool and resources to make this the greatest country. It's already the greatest country. Make this greatest country better. So we need to stop some of the division, and they definitely need to stop the division. They need to drop their egos, and they need to realize that they work for the American people, and they need to do what's best for us, what's best for this country. And that's going to be some hard decisions, but they need to figure a way to work it out.
For sure.
Hey, hold on, Greg. Can you put up Arizona Mamba his comment? I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty funny. That's
What's
pretty
his
funny.
name?
Arizona Mamba. Look at bruh. They're trying to clown in the chat. He talk about me.
The Tupac.
Yeah.
Okay.
You kind of funny, huh? Damn. That's why your mama got 3 ankles, nigga. Shut your ass up. Oh, bitch ass nigga.
For sure. So, like Doc said, come back tomorrow at 8 p.m. We're going to be talking about James Fishback. He's running for governor in my home state, Florida. We're supposed to do an interview with him, but we'll see how that goes. But we're going to talk about him first. So since it's President's Day, here's a President's Day clip.
Day. Why we celebrate and where to experience it. Tomorrow isn't just a long weekend. It's a holiday that started with one president and grew into honoring them all. President's Day began as Washington's birthday, celebrating George Washington, born February 22, 1732. In 1971, the Uniform Monday Holiday Act moved it to the third Monday of February. Over time, it evolved into honoring not just Washington, but also Abraham Lincoln and all U.S. presidents. Originally a day to recognize leadership and national unity, it became a broader reflection on American history. President's Day reminds us of the founding of the Republic, the resilience of democracy, and the idea that leadership shapes history. It is less about politics, more about the story of how a nation was built. Best cities to visit for President's Day. Mount Vernon. George Washington's home offers special events, reenactments, and family-friendly history programs. Lincoln Memorial. Standing beneath Lincoln's statue feels powerful on this day. The National Mall often hosts ceremonies and educational events. Federal Hall. The site where Washington was inaugurated in 1789. A meaningful stop in Lower Manhattan. Mount Rushmore. A symbol of presidential legacy carved into granite. Independence Hall, where the Constitution was debated and signed. A reminder of the presidency's constitutional roots. How to enjoy President's Day with family. Visit a historic site or museum. Watch a documentary about Washington or Lincoln. Read the Constitution or famous presidential speeches. Have a family discussion about leadership and character. Cook a traditional American meal together. For kids, make it interactive. Ask, what would you change if you were president? President's Day is more than sales and long weekends. It's a reminder that history is shaped by people, and we're still writing it. Follow Tourist Trap Truths for places where leadership, legacy, and story come alive.
Before we wrap, I want to take a quick moment to talk about how you can support the new party. We are an independent media platform. No corporate backers, no political handlers, just a collection of voices representing all American viewpoints, especially the stories they don't want you talking about.
I'm disgusted with our government, and it doesn't matter which party you're talking about. I'm disgusted.
We are watching an act of genocide. I don't know how else to put it. There are thousands of people getting killed every day.
This is the first time in history that an American cardinal has ever been elevated to Pope. It is legitimately make America great again.
Yeah.
Like, they're fighting for illegal immigrants, not immigrants. Illegal. Like, and they burning the flag and shit.
Like I always say, it was a great episode. I'm happy with the wins that Donald Trump's.
Like you heard Nora Skeptic say, we're going to keep bringing like different types of content and things that we know people want to see. And like we always show on the new party, always vote.
If you believe Americans can still have civil discourse, even in these polarizing times, we need your help to stay independent and keep growing. You can support us by donating to our GoFundMe page, becoming a channel member, sending a super chat, or grabbing merch from the New Party store. Every donation goes directly toward growing the channel promotion and our upcoming documentary. And as a thank you, Donors will receive an exclusive copy of the documentary 1 week before it premieres. Who is the New Party? We're you, your voice, your stories, your America. We can only do this together. So if you're able, please donate and help us get the message out.